Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 5th of May. I thought I'd just quickly bring Charlie up and say a quick hello guys. This is my blind, very old cat Charlie. She knows that I'm here. I thought I'd just give her a little hug before I put her down on the ground. She's not getting any younger, is she, guys? All right, welcome anybody new to my channel. We built a community here of people who are waking up and seeing through the nonsense, garbage, BS and lies that we're all currently being fed. Please feel free to comment down below. Oh, guys, I am dragging the chain. I'm getting back to my comments. I'm like day behind. Bear with me. I'm going to try and catch up today. I've just had a lot going on. I had a 21st, my son's girlfriend's 21st last night, and it's just been busy at the minute. But I am getting there. You know, I like to sit and read your comments because it's interesting what you guys have to say. Please hit those like buttons. And please, like I said, maybe consider subscribing and just make sure you hit the bell notification. Also, make sure you are still subscribed, guys, because I know, Larissa, you were telling a lot of us that you were unsubscribed and you had to resubscribe. And this is a little trick that YouTube does do to a lot of people. So welcome everybody. Oh, look at Charlie. Oh, she's a real lap cat. She loves a cuddle and attention. Oh, but her claws keep getting caught in all my jumpers. Now it's winter. I'm going to put her on the floor. Hang on, guys. If I can get her nails out of my jumper. Oh, her nails are getting really long. Oh dear. Oh, it's so hard when they get old, guys. Cheers, everybody. I've got my coffee. I need it today. It's a bit wintry today, guys. No leaves left on the trees here. I'll have to watch my boy play footy today as well. I hear you guys are getting some sunshine in the UK, etc. Hooray! You'll be very happy about that after your grey winter. Guys, I haven't really got any admin today. We know there's still a lot going on. Look, there's no denying that. Just ridiculousness going on. I've been touching on a lot of that this week. But I just wanted to let you guys know, I had I would say a bit of a heated discussion with my mother last night. As you guys know, and a lot of you have experienced as well, a lot of our family and friends went into the mass psychosis around the jab wheel. And it's been very frustrating. I told you guys my mother wouldn't let me in her house for at least 2 years. Probably still wouldn't to this day. I haven't actually been up to see her because I still have that feeling. She wouldn't let me in her house. But after my cousin came, she must have rung my mum for her birthday. Bit of a long story. Or I'll give you the short version. And basically, she said that the reason that Chrissy hadn't really visited you is that you wouldn't let her in the house. Because I think, but then she whinges how lonely and everything she is. Like, go figure. Anyway, she brought it up on the phone yesterday. And she was just blaming us. She said, well, you decided not to have the vaccines. And I said, yeah, bloody oath we did. And she goes, well, you decided not to have them. And she was still in the mass psychosis, guys. I know you guys understand what I'm talking about, but it's so crazy for us to hear this. She kept just saying, yeah, but they showed it on the news that people were dying. And I said, but that was all a lie. I said, don't you question where the flu went for all those years? Where did the flu go? It just vanished, did it? And I said, we're all still here. We've all had it. And she kept saying, yes, well, like that my cousins had had it and that they weren't as sick and didn't go to hospital. I said, but we've all had it and we didn't go to hospital. So I was trying to I was just so frustrated. I know I should have zipped my lips, but I couldn't anymore. I'm just sick of it. Sometimes I just get sick of it, guys. I know you understand. And then I said to her, why are you trusting in your government anyway? I said, they lie about everything. Have you not noticed that Elbow lies about I said Albanese to her. And she goes, well, actually, yes, they do lie. I agree with that. And I thought, well, why would you believe them around the jab wheel? Anyway, so we had a bit of a heated word exchange. And she told me I'm a know-it-all and what would I know? I said, well, the fact that, don't you question that everything's changing, in the whole world? I highlighted a few things like leaky cars, renewable energy, everything at the same time. The crime's gone through the roof. I don't know. I just must have had to air it to her, guys. I know. I just can't take this anymore. Sometimes I'm just so frustrated. I know you guys understand. That's why I can share it with you. Because it's just idiotic. I said to my hubby, she still wouldn't let us in the house. She told me that she's 88, guys. Wouldn't you rather see your family, who's not even sick, than live just a lonely old life? Like, I said to her, you know, we wanted to come and visit you. Even her sisters and that have let me in their houses. It's mad. And she said she doesn't want to lay around in a hospital bed. She'd rather be at home. And that if, like, she's virtually saying, we are carrying a disease. Is virtually what she was saying. We were always labelled, weren't we, as these dirty, filthy, unjabbed people by the media, etc., and our governments. And it was just so wrong. And I think that's where we get, sorry guys, I'm having a rant this morning. I think that's where we get that enormous frustration. And then she went on to talk about, she went on to talk about the ambulances ramping, and she feels sorry for all the nurses and doctors and ambulances. And I said, yeah, well, that's obviously because of mandates. Because people lost their jobs, as a lot of you know out there. I know there's heaps of you that lost your jobs because you chose not to get an experimental jab, lost their jobs. And I said that to her. I said, because they don't want to go back. Who would go back after you've been vilified, ostracised by your own peers in your work environment? People aren't going to go back, I said to Mum. Anyway, so we had to agree to disagree in the end. Or she didn't. She just said, oh, yeah, you're right. I'll just agree with you. You're right. Oh, it's like, wake up, Australia, I wanted to say. But anyway, so I'm a little frustrated today, guys, from this bull crap that's brainwashed people and ruined families, ruined friendships. I lost all my friends. You guys know that. It happened to you guys. It's just, I mean, I don't even care anymore. I think we're past caring, aren't we? Anyway, just had to have a little whinge, guys, because this is still going on. That mass psychosis, I always tell you to be careful with it. And that's good confirmation, guys, that a lot of people, not all, a lot, are still in that mass psychosis. And I know a lot of you are even letting me know there's people you know that have been jab injured, etc., who are waking up. And then there's others who are having difficulties with clots, etc., etc., and they're still going and getting their top-up B shots and all that. We know it. It's so frustrating. Oh, this has been the most frustrating experience, guys. Anyway, let's leave it at there. I'm going to move on. I just wanted to share it with you because I know a lot of you guys are probably going through the exact same thing. They blame us because we didn't get jabbed. It's our fault because we couldn't go in her house. And you know, I forgot. I should have said to her, yeah, but aren't you jabbed for that? You should be feeling safe. She's had about 5 or 6. But no, they still don't feel safe. So doesn't that tell them something? But no, duh. Oh. Sorry, guys. It's just beyond frustrating. All right, how about I just close my eyes, guys? We'll get into the reading. We'll see what comes up. Oh, I am getting that from the guides. They're saying the vilification still stays. It's still there. People still harbour that resentment against unjabbed people. Oh, my God. And look, if you've been jabbed here, we have no judgment. We never cared in the very beginning if people got jabbed and chose that path. That was never the issue. The issue was how we were treated for being unjabbed. We were labelled conspiracy theorists. We were granny killers. We were everything under the sun. That's what I'm getting, guys. I'm just getting that the vilification, people are still harbouring that. They still carry it inside. Oh, my God. That's why we can't be around a lot of people, guys. Because we know that energy's still out there. People still feel that inside. Like we didn't... you know what it is? It's people think we didn't care about them. We didn't care enough about them to go and protect everyone and help with the herd immunity. Oh, please stop already. All right, let's keep going. So it is. That mass psychosis is very deep. It's very deep. We knew it was. I'm seeing planes landing, planes being grounded, and I feel like it's through strikes. I feel like there's plane strikes coming. This could be, I guess, about wages, the airlines. We haven't heard much about the pilots and their blood clots, etc., have we, for a while? But I do feel it's about wages. There's going to be more airline strikes, air traffic control strike. And this would, I'd say, be globally. This will start to happen. Because they're overpaid. Overworked, and underpaid is what I'm getting. So we're going to have a lot more inconvenience when it comes to flying. And it is a huge inconvenience if your flights have been cancelled and you're relying on them because you've got connecting flights to go overseas or something like that. I feel like this is going to be a global problem soon, that pilots and things are going to start striking, and I feel air traffic control staff as well. And this will be globally. I'm getting Heathrow. I'm getting it, Melbourne Airport. I don't know what it's called down there. I'm just getting like the major kind of airports like are going to have some strikes coming. This will probably be in the next 6 months. We know there's absolute chaos energy still till Christmas, so I'd say that will be what's happening. All right. I'm getting China, and I keep getting that China is lifting itself to a different frequency. I am getting it. I keep saying it. I keep talking about this Freedom Party movement because people want their freedom back. That's the one thing. If you went around and interviewed everyone with a microphone in Canada, what's the one thing you want back? It'd be freedom. Freedom. Because they know their freedom's going down the toilet, guys, and they know they're heading towards communism. With Trudeau in power, China is heading towards communism. It's a known fact now. It's a known fact. It's becoming very, it's not implemented yet, but there's a lot of concrete evidence that this is going to start happening, guys. So I'm still getting that. The vibration is starting to move in China. And that's what you want to hear, guys. You want to hear that people are coming together. They're getting stronger. They're not as fearful. They're feeling, what have they got to lose? Because really, you think about it. What's your future? Like, what is your future? And I don't say that to scare you people in China, because you guys know, you already know, you're living there, you know where it's headed because you're an awake person. If you're here on my video, you see what's coming towards you very quickly. So I do feel like there's a lot of other people, huge awakening in China, huge. I agree, it was pretty slow after the Ottawa protests and things. It was very slow. And it took people a long time to realise like what was going on. Because you've got to remember, when people are in a mass psychosis too, especially around the picky wheel, they think the government's helping them. So you've got to remember, they think the government's got their best interests at heart and they're saving their lives and all. That means that you're very important to your government. What an absolute laugh, which we know is so not the truth. We know it was just a huge giant setup to see who conformed, who didn't conform, how they could go about implementing everything else. It was the first stepping stone of their great rollout reset agenda. And we know that Trudeau hit very, very hard. He came too hard and it woke the rest of the world up, which was so brilliant. Well, actually, the freedom fighters woke the rest of the world up. Because that's when people started standing up all over the world. It was so brilliant. So I am getting that. Your vibration is changing. Oh, fingers, guys, it keeps lifting. Because it has to change. Fingers, this freedom thing, whatever it is, keeps growing and growing en masse. And the people fight back. You think about it. Like, really put this in perspective, right? You got Trudeau, and probably maybe 5 or 6 people in his parliament that back him because they'd be on a huge paycheck, probably. I'm sure it's not about what he's rolling out. And you think of all of you guys in China together, that's a lot of people. How can he have that much power? Nothing makes sense, does it, guys? It's just through fear. He controls people through fear. We know with the freezing of the bank accounts, the Emergencies Act being used unlawfully, blah, 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 stomping on people with the UN soldiers at the Ottawa protests and all this crap. He's put the fear in people, throwing Tamara, etc., in jail from the protests, etc. It's mad. So I do feel that your vibration's shifting. Excuse my Charlie cat, guys, if you're new here. She does echolocation. She tries to figure out where she is around the house because I think she's a little deaf as well. Charlie! It's a bugger getting old, isn't it? All right, let's keep going. Char! I'm getting this for you guys watching my channel. We have to rely on our own smarts. We have to be smarter than all of this going on over here. We have to keep the smarts. And we get a lot of talk about wisdom and knowledge and how we've grown and we've evolved. But we have to stay in our smarts, meaning we have to be on it. We have to be observing. We have to be learning. We have to be growing. We have to be expanding. And I was really pulled today to the book by Eckhart Tolle. I'm going to read you a little bit from it, actually, because as awake people here, we have learned that living in the now and being present is a way that you save yourself during difficult, challenging times. So I was very drawn to pull up. I think most of you have probably read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's something you stumble across, is being in the now. When you awaken, it's like you realize, oh, I have to just be present. That's where I have to be. That's why we talk so much here about creativity and passions. It's so crucial because it switches your mind onto other things and it makes you feel good inside. I'm just going to read you this little bit from the end of his book. You can find them on YouTube too. He's got a lot of videos on there. And it's a lot about forgiveness, and I was probably pulled to it because of what happened with my mother. What you say about choice also applies to forgiveness. I suppose you need to be fully conscious and surrender before you can forgive. Forgiveness is a term that has been in use for 2,000 years, but most people have a very limited view of what it means. You cannot truly forgive yourself or others as long as you derive your sense of self from the past. Only through accessing the power of now, which is your own power, can there be true forgiveness. This renders the past powerless, and you realize deeply that nothing you ever did or that was ever done to you could touch even the slightest, the radiant essence of who you are. The whole concept of forgiveness then becomes unnecessary. And how do I get to that point of realization? When you surrender to what is and so become fully present, the past ceases to have any power. You do not need it anymore. Presence is the key. The now is the key. How will I know when I have surrendered? When you no longer need to ask the question. And that's it. Presence and living in the now is the key. It's the key to everything, guys. When your mind's racing away, like even today, I'll be thinking about my mum today and I was so frustrated last night driving to this 21st. But then when I got there, I had to come back into the present. It's about letting things go, isn't it? We always talk about that. Don't stay anchored to the past. And we get, Jen, you gave us that great saying a long time ago about things that happened to you in the past aren't a life sentence. They're just experiences that you learn and grow from. So it's really important to learn to live in the now. So maybe do some, if you're really not mastered that yet, look, no one's really mastered anything, although we are doing our spiritual master's degree, guys, apparently, according to the guides this year. I'll leave a video over here about how to learn to live in the now, because it can be quite challenging, but it's simply a matter of pulling yourself back into this moment right here and not having your thoughts racing away on you. That's why we always talk a lot, I know, I repeat myself, about decluttering, keeping a decluttered house, decluttered mind, decluttered fridges, cars, garages. But the mind is especially crucial. That's why we talk about the X-file filing cabinet with the Mulder and Scully kind of, you know, when information comes in, just store it. Store it in that X-files cabinet in the back of your mind so that you can pull it at a later date and piece things together. You don't want to walk around with all this like busy mind either. So decluttering is another important way of bringing yourself into the now. And it keeps you busy too, because being busy is another way to distract your thoughts. Like a lot of us do gardening, we go camping, we do things out in nature which helps to heal us as well. But when you're doing, it's very hard to do. For example, you might go to the gym for an hour and you've got music on. Another example, and you're on the treadmill or something. It's very hard to think of other things when you're, because if you go to the gym, say, for an hour, you're pretty present. You're really not anywhere else, especially if you're playing music. And perhaps that's why we do get a lot of music here, because music's a wonderful escape as well. Takes you back to memories. Just, I don't know, it can uplift your soul, can't it? There's so many ways of being in the now. These are just some examples. All right, sorry guys, got off track. Let's get back on. I am getting in New Zealand that a bit, Chris Luxon, I'm getting a bit of fear is rising in people. I did say you were going to get a little bit of protests over there. There's a bit of fear rising in people. I think people are surprised at what he's kind of bringing out. I don't really know what's going on in New Zealand, but I do get that. There's a little bit of fear, not in everyone. I say that it's going to be specific groups, but there is a little bit of fear rising in people now. Like, what's he doing? I am getting a bit of a fear response in New Zealand. And I would say also, when things start rolling out or anything that reminds people remotely of the experience they had with Jabcinda, it could just be a triggered off response too in people as well. But I still keep getting that women's protest down there. I do get that. Your women are very strong in, I'm getting that Maori strength in New Zealand. Women will fight back in New Zealand. I'm just getting that, like I keep saying, it could be around the domestic violence and things like that as well. Many different reasons. Could even be, well, hopefully it's not the transgender stuff. Who knows? There's that much coming out everywhere. But I am getting, there's a little bit of fear rising in New Zealand. Not enormous, but enough that would cause people to stand up and like protest. All right. I am getting Germany. We know Germany's been fighting. God, I get them a lot, don't I, guys? I am getting there's a bit of a collapsing of the narrative there. Yay! To the German people! Woo! I'm getting that. There could be a little bit of a collapsing of the narrative in Germany, which would be really, really good. I am getting that. The government's having to step away and reassess and change things up because the people don't want the garbage they're dishing out. Oh, good on the German people. God, I hope this is actually happening. We've got zero confirmation of anything, guys. All right. Still getting Hawaii, still getting Maui, still seeing that Hawaiian people are standing up to the government. I do feel it. Very corrupt government. I keep saying it in Hawaii. There's a lot of things that don't add up. We know the Maui thing didn't add up, but there's a lot of things that don't add up, even going on in the mainlands of Hawaii, like the other islands. And I just feel the corruption is like through the roof in Hawaii, in the government. There's a lot of people being paid off, paid out, all very dodgy schemes going on in Hawaii. It's getting that. I'm getting that, like, I'm just seeing the big corporate buildings. It's just a very confusing time in Hawaii. But the little people are aware of it. They're aware of the corruption in their government. Let's hope something comes of that. But I am getting that. All right. But that could be that too, that people are waking up, which is a good thing. Getting Solomon Islands, they've been ruined by China now. China's really come in and taken over in Solomon Islands. We knew it was. They've been digging and mining and all this crap going on, and they're really destroying the island. I'm getting the islands being really destroyed now, because you got to realise too that as much as China might give them a sporting field or something like, Panda, a sporting field or something like that, they're taking more out of Solomon Islands than they are putting in. So they're taking all their resources and making money and wealth from all the resources, and they're only putting very minimal money back in to make it look like they're helping the people in the Solomon Islands, but they're really taking over. Oh, this isn't good. We know that's where Fiji's headed to. And I reckon Papua New Guinea. I always say it, I haven't heard much about it, but there was all that civil unrest and I don't know, there's a lot of taking over. Oh, Nauru's the other one. Oh, my God. Oh, they're really spreading those little tentacles, Panda, aren't they? All right. I feel like Perth, I'm getting WA in Australia, which is the Western Australia, the opposite to where I'm living. They're in a lot of trouble when it comes to the mining. I feel like the mining's really, really, really been sold off for overseas buyers. It's all the money and resources is being taken out of the country now, or most of it, from Australia, which I think we all knew because we knew Elbow was selling us off to every other country and big corporate companies as well. So I am getting that. A lot of the mining is now being controlled by overseas, well, it probably already is, overseas companies. It's bloody Elbow. Yeah, I'm just getting that for Western Australia though. And the thing is, it's a big loss of resources because everything's being shipped off. Australia's not, and they're saying to me, Australia's not being smart about it. Like Elbow's not being smart about it. He's just seeing dollars and money and he doesn't care. See, it's like I always say to you guys, what do they care? As long as they get their big monetary payout when they get booted out after the vote or whatever, hopefully. They just got their great retirement packages and they get paid it all for the rest of their life and they don't care. They don't care about the little people. They never have. And we've always known that. The BS detectors have always known that. It's all about what they can gain from everything. It's so sickening, isn't it? So I'm seeing that for a lot of the mines in Western Australia. What was probably once Australian companies and kept jobs and things here in the country is now being overtaken by these other countries and big corporates buying in, and they're also getting the cheap migrants and things to work. They're bringing in as we know, the more migrant detainee saga immigration, cheap labour because they'll work for next to nothing. So I'm getting that. This world is just falling apart. The immigration, and I even said that to my mum, because I go, well, tell me, Mum, because she was talking about the crime. And I said, well, we didn't get a jab and we couldn't come visit you for 2 years across the border. And I said, and all these people they're bringing in, don't know who they are. Are they criminals? Are they terrorists? Probably got all sorts of unknown viruses and blah, 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 but they can travel all over the countryside, go wherever they want. I said, how's that work? So obviously I said you were bullshitted too. Anyway, what would we know? We're just conspiracy theorists, aren't we, guys, apparently? And see, nothing makes sense. Oh, God, you could just argue with them forever, couldn't you, guys? Sorry, guys. It just had a big impact on me. I'm just so frustrated by it. By that. If it wasn't so much garbage and BS, you could, let it go. But she kept saying people were dead on the street. She even brought that up about people being dead. Oh, people were dying in hospital. I'm like, oh, my God, Father. Yeah. Oh, what a load of garbage. And we've all had it meanwhile, haven't we, guys? And we're all fine. We're all here. Oh, anyway. Let's do one more thing and then I'll pull some cards, guys. Still getting Egypt. I got Egypt the other day, didn't I? I know they're really protecting themselves, Egypt, because there's so much going on up there, activity. I just feel like they're having to protect themselves more. They're showing me them with more people at their borders. It's getting tighter in Egypt. I think Egypt's a bit nervous, to be honest, that this could spill over into their country. I think that's what I'm getting. They're having to really up their military now, their military presence, and really protect their borders. That's what I'm getting. I'm just seeing more guns, more fencing going up, and definitely, I think they're on the water's edge, definitely more protecting of the waterways as well. Oh, sorry guys, it's a bit of a weird reading today. I don't know. It's probably my energy after dealing with my mum. Let's pull an indigo sage, guys. I just get frustrated how these governments have just, what they've done to people's relationships and lives. It's just so infuriating, isn't it? And was all unnecessary, didn't need to happen. No, look like little, what are they? Not bulrushes. What are those little feather things? Paradox, softly strong. You are one with the flow of the Tao. Let the winds of change move through you. And maybe I've got to take that advice today. The winds of change. Things are changing. Softly strong. See, that's interesting, isn't it? Softly strong. Softly strong. Meaning remain soft, but also, I guess that's soft in the way we live and feel, but also stay strong on the inside, guys, is what I'm getting. Affirmation card. Sorry, guys, I'm having trouble focusing today. No. Connect. Oh, the writing's so small on these. Within each being is a light that connects us all. How you treat others is a reflection of how you treat yourself. Oh, I can't focus, guys, today. Ooh. Oh, there you go. Got it a little bit. That's very true. And I guess that's kind of that. Treat others as you would expect to be treated yourself. But knowing that we are all connected, look at the picture. Doing the yoga meditation. I'm also going to pull, I haven't done one for a while, a Be Here Now from my book. I love this book. It's a book that's significant to me. Oh, this is beautiful. Look, it's like lily pads, isn't it? And there's not a lotus there. Sometimes we talk about the lotus, don't it? Reminds me of the lotus. What lies beneath? Let's read a little bit. It's about the light again. When light shines upon the darkness of a pond, that which lies beneath its smooth, glossy surface is revealed. What may have appeared to be rather still and quiet is in fact brimming with the energy of life. That's actually true if you think about it. All the bugs and the little larvae and frogs and things and insects, isn't it? We may see wonderful tangled root systems, floating organic matter and various aquatic life going about its business. When clouds or darkness gather above the very same water, the surface of the pond appears opaque again, its mysterious depths and wonders. The magical inner world of the pond are suddenly invisible to us. In effect, what we are seeing is an incomplete picture, the completion of which is made possible by light. In remarkable similarity and in the light of our own mindful awareness, we come to discover that there is so much to see, love, and explore within ourselves. Choosing to live mindfully, we expand our experience of ourselves and life to depths well beyond surface level. As we welcome light to shine upon and permeate us completely, we naturally glow in the full splendor of our aliveness. We come to see and treasure all our layers, shadows, vulnerabilities, and secret pleasures, most especially the transformative treasures that lie beneath our surface, beneath that which we and others may see with eyes only. Illuminated, we experience ourselves as nuanced, magical, and complete by nature, just as we are. Actually, that's very true, isn't it? Look at the pond, how dark it is, but you think of all the activity underneath. Well, that's exactly what we're like. It's that just because you can't see something doesn't mean there isn't life and things underneath the surface, does it? That's what we're like, and that's what the awakening is. When you're illuminated, you just become this whole different person, and it's very hard to explain to people, isn't it? I know you guys understand it here. I always explain it with the crystal glasses and that we see life differently, we sense, we feel, we know. But most of the time, like that analogy, we come out of the darkness. We choose, like I said the other day, not to live in the depths of despair and darkness and sadness and fear and grief and all these horrific feelings that can just contract your body. We choose to open up and flow and have happiness and joy in our life and laugh and create and be passionate about things. And I really like that. That's a really good comparison. Even in the darkness, there's a lot of, I guess activity. It can be hidden from sight is what I'm getting. Yeah, very interesting. I do love that book. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's got some great analogies and different comparisons to our life. All right, let's see if there's anything to close with today, guys. Oh, I'm getting that song again. I got it the other week. I really do love it. That song by Mariah Carey and John Legend, that Born Again. It is like being born again. The awakening is like being born again. You know how they say, oh, I'm born again Christian and all this kind of stuff. But it's being born again. It's like you're born and then you pick up all this stuff along the way and then you're born again. But you become who you really are as an adult, as a mature person. You realize who you are. That's what happens when the mold cracks open. You're born again. I love that song. They sing that so beautifully. Go check it out, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. All right. And I'm also getting that song. I do love this too, by Mariah Carey. And is it Boys to Men? Boyzone? I think it's Boyzone. Oh, it's one of the two. Boys to Men. How does it go? Many years we've lost along the way. And I know eventually we'll be together one sweet day. I think it's called One Sweet Day. Oh, that is a beautiful song too. I do love Mariah Carey's voice, I've got to say. And then, of course, I'm going to finish off today with a hero. With Hero. Oh, Mariah Carey's Hero. And when a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive. Oh, that's a pretty song. Oh, that's a beautiful song. Because it's like I always say to you guys, we're the hero of our own story. It's like that little movie, Finding Joe, I always tell you about on YouTube. You're the hero of your own story. The Great Awakening and the shift and everything that's going on is about you. It's not about everybody else. You know, and there'll be people that won't wake up. I know that. My mum's not going to wake up. We know that. But then that's their journey, I guess. Fortunately, we have woken up and we see the things that are going on for what they are. But I am going to leave you with that song today, When a Hero Comes Along. But you're your own hero, guys. Aww, that's such a pretty song, guys. Please go listen to some of those songs today. Mariah Carey does have a magnificent voice. She puts a lot of like feeling and emotions into her songs. And the words in that song, like, it's a long road and you face it on your own, or something like that. Please go listen to the words. Beautiful song. All right, that's what I'm going to leave you with this Sunday morning. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'm off to watch my son play footy. I've also got my Sharks playing on TV today, my footy team. They're playing the Dragons, I think, today. So I'm going to head off and do some jobs before I head to footy. Take care, everyone. Please feel free to comment down below. Hit those like buttons. Sorry, I had a bit of a rant today, but I just needed to get it off my chest. Oh my God, it just never ends, guys. I know you understand. Take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.